If you're a big swim team and you like to order a lot of gear, maybe you ought to check out Swim Outlet Team Division for these reasons. Swim teams receive a 10% discount on bulk orders. Swim teams or organizations get an 8% commission on referred sales. You'll also like their customization services, which is affordable and available at all times during the year for all team gear. With over 50,000 items in stock, you can get most anything you want. Swim Outlet Team Division. You need to try it out. You'll be glad you did.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Friday, July 19th, 2013. I'm your host, Jeff Cummings. Yesterday, I had an interview with Andrew Willis and Michael Jamieson, two British swimmers who are going to be fighting for medals in that 200 breaststroke at the World Championships. Yesterday, we talked about their lives outside the pool, including going to the University of Bath and training at the Intensive Training Center. And on today's show, we're going to be talking about their preparation for the World Championships. Talk about World Championship trials that took place a couple weeks ago. You both qualified for the team in the 200 breaststroke. As I said, Michael, you're number 1 in the world. Andrew, you're number 3. And Andrew, there was a lot of drama surrounding you getting to that final. From what I understand, you were disqualified in the semis, and you had to appeal to get into that final, which you did. Tell us more about that.
Oh wow, that was very dramatic. I mean, I swam the semi. I was feeling great, in great shape, and I was on for a PB. So, sort of looking up and seeing that DQ was, gutting for me, because that was my year over. That was the whole year of training just gone like that. So we launched the appeal straight away, and it came down to the appeal, and I don't think they quite logged my disqualification properly, regardless of whether the technical fault or not. I mean, you'd have to look at the video, but that's how I swam my 200 breaststroke all the time. And I looked at that video all the night. Didn't really sleep a week. So I woke up middle of the night and thinking back to sleep, and didn't find out until 11 a.m. the morning of the race that I was actually swimming. So it was emotional, to say the least, and so many highs and lows. It wasn't ideal prep, but again, going back to the team in Bath, I mean, everyone kept me really positive and professional, which paid off in the end.
Yeah, and to be able to get right on your best time with such little sleep, so much drama going on the day before, it's got to make you happy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel look at that as a great swim, and I was lucky that the coaches were there keeping it professional, because I could have so easily lost my way. I literally got out, watched the appeal, and just carried on as if I would normally. So I got my swim down, I got a massage, just really apart from the sleep and having to wait at the pool for a possible statement, I just carried on as much as I would to a normal race.
And just real quickly, just tell us what the reason was that they gave for your DQ.
So I took 2 strokes to 1 kick into a turn. So instead of going pull, kick, pull, and then hitting my turn, I went a pull, kick, a pull, and then another pull into the turn. But regardless of that, it was to do with initially told it was 1 turn, another, and then it was logged as another, and then on the report it was a completely different one. So I think that was the only reason that I'm going to world, really.
Well, it's very fortunate indeed. And like I said, Michael, you're number 1 in the world. Were you expecting to be able to go 2:07.7?
No, not at all, to be honest. I think I had a couple of niggling injuries in the last cycle, since around March, April time with our initial British Championships, and about 5 weeks out from the trials, I got a partial tear in my bicep tendon on my left shoulder, which I think initially was a little bit of a scare, because the physios and doctors were suggesting a couple of weeks out of the water, which would have obviously put an end to my season. I think thankfully I managed to manage it quite well. I wasn't able to train at the intensity I usually would, but I think going into the trials, I think it was only 5 or 6 days before the trials started that I decided I was definitely going to compete. I didn't really think I was going to be in the best physical shape to be able to post the qualifying time and make the team. So to swim 207, I was really surprised by that, and I think it's obviously given me a huge boost of confidence leading into the World Championships. Knowing that I wasn't 100% fit and I still managed to kind of swim just off my best time.
And everything's okay with your tendon now?
Yeah, it's healed well, and I think after the first few weeks, looking back on it, it wasn't really about the injury itself, but it was about the knock-on effect that I had on training, and especially in the weights room, I wasn't able to touch any upper body lifting for 5 or 6 weeks, and that was kind of affecting my strength levels, and I was starting to lose a little bit of weight. But I think we're on top of it now, and it's been managed really well by all the staff here.
That's great to hear. Well, that 200 breaststroke final is going to be intense. Obviously, I'm sure you guys know what everybody else in the world is going. Do you think it's going to take a world record to win the gold medal?
Yeah, I think so. I think the event in the past couple of years has gone crazy fast. It's one of the strongest events in the swimming program now for sure. And Daniel Beerta has been unbeaten in a couple of years now, and he's really made that event his own. But I think this year especially, there's 4 or 5 guys that could on paper dip under 208 and really challenge that world record. So it's going to be a tight affair, and I think it'll be an exciting race. I'm just looking first and foremost to get into that final and take it from there.
Yeah, I can't imagine the thought of seeing 206 on the board in a 200 breaststroke, but I imagine, like I said, being a swimmer myself, I know what the power of positive thinking is, and I bet you two have imagined what it's like to go at 206.
Yeah, I mean, it's not far off now, I think, and especially for my swim at the trials a couple of weeks ago, it actually feels like it's possible now. And I think when I was a kid, I'd always kind of noted about 208 as fast as I thought I'd be able to swim. So it's an exciting time for the event, I think, and I think 206 will definitely win the World Championships.
Andrew, how does it feel to have your teammate at Bath be with you at the World Championships as he was in the Olympic final? What kind of confidence does that give you going into this meet?
Yeah, it certainly does help. I mean, I think it's great for us, having, hopefully 2 of us in the call at the final. And I mean, we're great friends, and come race day, we kind of got to be a bit selfish and, really focus on ourselves. But, at the end of the day, that each other there, sort of give ourselves sort of a nod or a good luck, and I think that does help.
And next year it's going to be a little bit different because the Commonwealth Games, Michael, you're going to be swimming for Scotland, and Andrew, you're going to be swimming for England, so you will be rivals in the pool for the first time.
Yeah, makes it a bit more interesting, and obviously with the Commonwealth being in Glasgow, I mean, it'll be amazing just to have a great tight race in the final, and I think we'll both look forward to that.
Yeah, Michael, they're going to be really cheering for you. Andrew, I guess you just have to think they're going to be cheering for you as well.
I'll just pretend. Yeah.
Well, Michael, I want to also mention that you're swimming the 100 breast in Barcelona as well. You almost broke a minute at the trial, so I got to imagine 59 is your big goal.
Yeah, I mean, that was quite funny. I didn't decide to swim the 100 at the trials until I touched the wall in the final of the 200s. I think just considering how my shoulder was, the plan was just to go in, swim the 200, scrape the qualifying time, and then get back to the rehab. So, getting that 100 qualification was a real bonus, and I managed to dip under 60 in London last season, but I think it's going to take a lot faster than that to make the final in Barcelona. So just looking to kind of move that forward, really to help the 200 more than anything else.
Well, the two of you have really made some major drops in your time in the past few years. I looked in 2011, both of you were 210 in the 200 breast, and then of course in London, Michael, you were 207, Andrew, you were 208, and here again this year you're 207 and 208. What do you attribute your success in this past year to be able to get to this elite international level?
Well, I think a lot of it's down to the program we've got here. Our coaches Dave McNulty and Graham Antwistle, they've devised this program which is it's exactly tailored to our needs. And I think, when I moved to this program a few years ago, I knew that was the case, and I knew it was going to be, the program was going to be structured to make improvements and work directly on my weaknesses, whilst kind of maintaining and improving strengths. So it's I've got huge faith in the program here, and after being here for a few years now, the coaches know me really well, and they know when to push and when to hang back, and I think it's just exciting, and it's obviously a huge positive to know that you have faith in the program and know that there are improvements to be made.
I think some of the programs kind of adapted as well through the years, taking on board other ideas, and and it pays. The things that work, get kept into the program, and the things that might not quite work are thrown in the bin. So I think taper as well for us. We've got a great taper program, and David and again are just they're great in taper. They're really cool, relaxed, and I think we've got that now just right. So I think the program is just perfect for us at the moment.
Well, if it isn't broke, don't fix it, as we say. So that's really good to hear. Guys, it was really good chatting with you. Thanks for joining us today. Good luck in Barcelona. Safe travels across the Mediterranean over to Spain, and we'll see you in Barcelona.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks very much.
All right, thank you. All right, so that was Michael Jamieson and Andrew Willis joining us in the Finis Monitor. Be sure to come to swimmingworld.com throughout the World Championships for our complete coverage of the Worlds, including that 200 breaststroke. And that's going to do it for today's Morning Swim Show. I'm Jeff Cummings. Thanks for watching.